During this time, our government dedicated 90% of their investments in fossil fuels during the UK-Africa summit, tried to justify the expansion of airports, underfunded the Environmental Agency, and made plans for new coal mines. And even now, there is still this attitude that climate catastrophe can be averted if we all have shorter showers, if we buy less plastic, if we keep nagging our parents to turn the lights off. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not good enough. It's time our politicians led by example and actually did something. Since the Paris Climate Agreement, while I've been nagging my parents to turn the lights off, all of the top 5 UK banks have increased their investments in fossil fuel extraction. Me shortening my shower by 5 minutes is nothing compared to Barclays' £145 billion in coal, oil and gas. For that reason, I offer my congratulations to the climate movement in Greenpeace, Friends of the Earth, Friends of the River Cam, Extinction Rebellion, and many, many more for calling out these double standards. However, there is one sector whose double standards needs particular attention. One sector that has escaped consequences for its CO2 emissions for far too long. One sector that has shaped global politics to its desire at the cost of our planet. It's a sector that's been ignored even by the climate movement. And it's called the military-industrial arms complex. Have you considered the amount of oil needed to maintain fighter jets, helicopters, jeeps and drones? Have you considered the amount of cobalt and rare earth metals that have to be mined to make all those state-of-the-art weapons? They cover it up by claiming they're for electric vehicles. Have you considered the contamination of the biosphere because of our weapons with depleted uranium? Have you considered the 8 million barrels that spilled into the sea during the Gulf War and the amount of coral that has died since? Have you considered the soil pulverized by bombs or the fields of Afghanistan littered with landmines? The Pentagon generates 5 times more toxins than all 5 of the major US chemical companies. The military-industrial arms complex is destroying the planet, just as it destroys civilizations and the lives of ordinary people. So, how does authority respond? They don't even count it! In the COP4 negotiations of 1997, the US insisted that all militaries be exempt from having to cut CO2 emissions or even having to report them. There is no publicly available data from the UK's Ministry of Defence on measures they're taking to reduce environmental impact because there is no requirement for them to provide it. Furthermore, in COP number 4, the US insisted that all future discussions on climate be prevented from discussing the military. The military is America's single largest source of pollution, and those esteemed guests in Glasgow aren't even allowed to talk about it. Shame! So next time you have a shorter shower, or walk instead of using the car, or install solar panels, or even change your diet for the planet, just remember that while you're thinking super hard about your carbon footprint, the military-industrial arms complex continues to kill millions around the world and continues to bring us closer to climate catastrophe while facing no consequences. I therefore ask you to take a stand. Support the anti-war movement. Humanity will not save the Earth while it is shooting itself. We must end the silence over environmental war crimes. The military-industrial arms complex must be held accountable for its actions. We must end illegal wars if we are to prevent the destruction of nature. Thank you for joining the climate movement. Thank you for coming out here today. Thank you for calling out these double standards. And I'll see you at the next protest.
Yeah, let's hear it for Junayd Islam. Thank you.